Coaches who saved their club from disaster. Back in December 2019, Arsenal was falling apart. They were sitting mid-table, had only won 5 of their first 18 league games, and Unai Emery had just been sacked. Arsenal looked completely different than the club they were 15 years earlier when they were still winning or competing for the league consistently. And they had no longer been consistently qualifying for the Champions League either. The squad lacked confidence, the fans were frustrated, and nobody had any idea where the club was headed. But then came a surprising appointment. You see, Arsenal chose to hand the job to Mikel Arteta, a guy who had never managed a team before. However, he was the legendary Pep Guardiola's assistant in Manchester City, and he did spend his final 5 years of his playing career at Arsenal, although most people weren't sure if he was ready for a job this big. But what happened next completely changed the trajectory of the club. The thing is, from day one, Arteta brought in a no-nonsense attitude. He set rules that everyone had to follow no matter how big their name was. He wanted discipline, work rate, and respect for the badge. And when players didn't follow these rules, he didn't hesitate to make tough decisions. He stripped Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang of the captaincy and eventually let him go for free. People thought that he was crazy since Aubameyang was a key member of the squad, but Arteta wanted to build a team culture, not just rely on big names. But behind the scenes, Arteta was rebuilding Arsenal. What I mean is that things didn't always go smoothly for Arteta, and he suffered some embarrassing defeats, like an opening day loss to the newly promoted Brentford, which had many fans turn on him. But Arteta stayed on course and continued to rebuild the squad, while he trusted young stars like Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli, and brought in key signings like Odegaard and Declan Rice. But he didn't just make signings, he made transformations. As it turns out, little by little the results started to come. In just his first season, Arteta won the FA Cup. Then Arsenal started rising up the table, played exciting football again, and eventually challenged for the Premier League title, where it looks like they'll be finishing 3 seasons in a row in second place, with the club achieving its second highest ever point tally with 89 in the 2024 season. While the following year they became one of the few teams to ever beat the Kings of the Champions League, Real Madrid, 3-0 in a UCL match.